Yeah, my name is John, and I'm here to talk about my case study, which is media literacy. Literacy, as we learn from different sources, is the ability to read and write. As you learn how to read, you recognize and identify words that and what they mean, and then you can write. From our reading of the book that we read in class, which is Digital Media, Culture and Education, in page 16, um, many people who work in education literacy is an inarguable and contested neutral set of skills and competencies around communicating and making meaning. Um, Media literacy is the ability to identify different types of media and understanding the message being sent. The case study is how the media literacy has affected the way we communicate. Before, people used to write letters and they used to send to other people either physically, or when it comes to advertisement, people would demonstrate in a physical manner, about a product. There was no so much TV advertisement. These days, we use digital media like electronic mail to send emails, or we use text messages, which is digital and which is media, or emojis, which are little signs that we set to depict a message that you want to convey to someone. Maybe, for example, like a happy face. There are little images that means that on the other side, that's a happy face. Um, and when I look at the one of the modality theory, principle 3 of the transmediation, says transmediation across modes is central to digital text production because it involves translating semiotic content via the distinct sign, making systems inherent to the software interfaces. These days, communication has evolved from face to face or audible to text messages that are coded or signs called emojis to express meaning. People, and especially young kids, will send messages in a coded form, which is designed by the software maker to communicate or express meaning, to express something. As I talked earlier, when you said these messages or when you said a text messages, as for example, you're in a meeting and someone said you a joke, because of being in a public setting, maybe you don't want to laugh aloud, or you don't want to write text messages and say, hey, I'm laughing. That does not mean anything, but you can put an emoji showing a happy face or something laughing, and then when the other person will receive, they will see, oh, you are laughing about my joke. um, and then for the advertisement on our TVs, these days, they put this advertisement with a mood to express or to show either emotional or happy something. And for example, if I give an example of commercial on dogs that have been collected on the streets, they put this emotional song behind it to show the meaning, just to get compassionate or being sympathetic to the what is happening, and maybe you can be able to adopt a dog or a little animal that has been abandoned. Then on the other side, the media has affected the current generation because people do not have time to read long messages, but simple signs, they understand the meaning. As I've talked about, setting the little emoji or the little signs of happy images, and then to depict a message that you want to set to someone. For the majority of and young people from all classes and background, the definition of literacy and the operation of that definition remain of crucial importance because of the way it includes or excludes aspects of the wider social and cultural life. That's in our digital media, culture, and education in page 18. That reading from our class connects to what happening nowadays. Young people text each other. But when it comes to professional, you cannot just text. We write emails and we write good messages to our bosses or to our corporate offices. But when it comes to our friends or our social circle, we can write the way we want. We can shorten the messages and just put little signs, or we can just write stuff like LOL, which is laughing out loud, and then just writing a whole paragraph saying, hey, I'm laughing, or I'm doing what I'm doing. Um, the digital media has changed, and rather than writing a paragraph, only a few words that are coded with meaning. The ability to read and write the coded message is the key to media literacy affecting the future generation. The older generation, they don't know much about what the new generation, how they communicate. For example, my grandmother, she doesn't know how to open this different medium to read messages. She know how to just the physical letter, you write to her, and she able to read, and she able to understand what you're saying. But setting her little images of a happy face or a sad face or something funny through an image, she may not understand what you're saying, which is the difference between the older generation and this generation. The older generation that used to traditional literacy of writing and being to read and write and writing a good grammar and having good writing skills. But this generation is about the media, is about the digital media, how you write and how you communicate. That's the difference. And according to commonsense.org, we should understand the role of media in our culture because at the times it compels us to act or think in certain ways. The teachers teach kids how to use the tools, but communication is based on which social class one belongs to. It's important to incorporate both traditional literacy and the media literacy to address different communication styles because you cannot write an official message using coded words and expect everyone to understand. The world we live in is permitted with the media. We teach our kids how to read and write. Yet we are not really cognizant of the language of media and its powerful effect. My goal is to help people become better aware so that they can make more informed choices. That was from Father Bill Kazi on the importance of media literacy at Our Lady of Malibu Parish and School when they did a study of how people or young kids should be able to understand and make informed choices about the media. Media literacy is very important to be taught in schools and prepare the future generations. It will help us understand the other's goal to make an informed choice. Traditional literacy is with us and not going anywhere anytime soon. We are still using electronics to read and write and understand the message sent to us. In our social media, the message we write and post needs someone who is illiterate, someone who knows how to read these messages. Though the message is in digital form, understanding and dissecting the meaning is the key. When we see this media and how we communicate through media, the script writers will portray the message in a video on a background and mood to match the message the writer wants to reach the audience, as I spoke about the advertisement in my early message. The end game is to bring you to the store to buy the product and the company to make money. But is the product healthy as the commercial says, or does it look as an advert shows? As the case study at Our Lady of Malibu Schools and Parish in Malibu, California, on media literacy, children need to be taught how to be critical viewers of all media. They are inundated with media messages on an everyday basis and need to be able to make value judgments on what they see and are exposed to.